All right, in this video, we're going to give you an introduction on how to use CDS4. So find CDS4 on your desktop and double click it, and it goes through and just does a license check. We'll just have to make sure it fits the screen so you can see what we're doing. Right, the first thing we want to do, I want to show you how to open an existing job. Now, when you installed CDS4, it came with some existing jobs already that came with some existing jobs. So we're going to open one of those. So just click on under File Base. This is the default open. Click on Open. Now, the sample files are in a directory under the Documents directory in Windows, and it's CDS4. So if you can't find them or you've looked somewhere else, that's where you've got to go back to. I'm just going to show you how to open a sample job. It's called 970 that ships with the installation. Click on Open. Alright, so that just shows you there's some points in the job, and I think their heights. We'll go through that shortly. First thing I'll show you is how the screen's set up. Now if you look at the top left, you can see this little icon / bitmap up there. You can click on that, and there's some menu items under there. You can open a job directly through there. So we could have come in and just clicked on that and clicked on 970, a recent document. If you'd already had a look at some documents, that'll be pre-filled when it's installed. Just left click somewhere else on the screen to close that down. Now the top bar, there's some menu, like there's some what do you call it? We can quickly go to a command, a shortcut. That's it. So you can display like crosses. You know, just clicking that'll turn them on and off. There's a few other things there. Now, if you just hover over them slowly, it just tells you what they are. So that will turn the strings on and off. That turns your points on and off. Now the second row down there are our menu items, and under the menu item there's some instructions. There's some other sub menu items that go with it. So if you want to import data, you click on that. If you want to go to Roadworks, you click on that. Now there's also some more shortcut items along the bottom here, and at the far bottom, the status bar. Now that's the next available point number, and that's your easting and northing when you move your cursor around. So I'll move my cursor up onto the screen and move it, and you can see they change. And here we're displaying degrees and the job's in meters. So normally you're looking at a job, one of the most important things is to be able to zoom parts of the job or pan parts of the job. Now if you've got a wheel mouse, now I'm just touching the wheel. If you scroll it forward, you'll zoom in. Scroll it back, you'll zoom out. Now if you left press down on the wheel button and move the cursor, or move the mouse, sorry, the display will pan. There's some other instructions under the View menu. Click on View and look under Zoom. So go into Zoom a window. We left click there. Then we'll move to the screen. Left click. I'm sorry, don't know how to do it myself. Left click on the Zoom window. Then left click on the screen. Keep your mouse button depressed, and then move the mouse, and you'll get a little window. And once you let the left mouse button go, that part of the screen will be zoomed up. You'll notice the aspect ratio is preserved. We're more around the P area there, but we've also got a bit to the left and right because the window's sort of more horizontal, and we actually had a square window. Okay, I'll show you how we can control what's displayed on the screen. To do that, click on the View menu, then click under Parameters. You can see there's a little thing at the left here says Parameters, and that gives you some options here. Now we can display it by modes or by layer. We're displaying it by modes here. I'll show you how to do layers next. Now, so we want points on. We can tell it we want to do a dot or a circle. I'll change it to a dot. I think here we might display a point number and heights. You can display more than one thing at the same time. Let's put a height of 3.5 meters on there. If you're in the US, you can put 3.5 feet. Make them the same height. And there's an off. That's how far off the point in the horizontal direction. So we'll say 0.5, 0.5, and y offset of 4. 0. Click OK and just see what it looks like. Yeah, I think we need the crosses on, so you can go back in here, make them crosses again. Now you can see they're too far apart and they probably need to be smaller, so I'll make these 2.5. Alright, it's getting a little bit better. If you pan, see how the text size pan zooms with you when you zoom in and out. Now you can control that as well if you like. You can click under here where it says text size, and you can say you just want to display them as medium. That way when you zoom in and out they stay the same, and you can have medium or small. So you might, so what you probably do, go back into the parameters there and change the height of this from 2.5 to say 1. Yeah, that's probably a little bit better. You can change the size of the crosses as well. Now, I also mentioned you can display the job by layers. This is like how you display it in AutoCAD or something. A lot of CAD programs like things by layers. So if you want to do it that way, that's possible as well. So click on the parameters again, and at the top here you had modes or layers. So click on layer and go OK. Now here looks like everything's on a height. Now so things on certain layers you can control what is displayed. So if we go to the view under modes, look at layers. Now we've only got everything is on point number. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you. I'm going to select some points and put them on a different layer, and then change what's displayed for that layer. This will be explained in more detail in a subsequent video, but I'll just select by polygon. So don't worry too much about this. I'm just selecting some points. Hit the enter key, alter, and replace layer with T. Say T layer. T would have done. No, they're on a locked layer. Alright, hit escape. And now go back into layers. So we've got T layer, and we've got displaying point number here. And we put things on a point number. That message we got earlier, that was just saying if there was something on a fixed layer, it was changed. There was nothing on a fixed layer, so we probably shouldn't have got that message, but that's what that was about. So now you can see the things on the T layer are in black, and we're displaying a point number, while the things on layer 0 are red and displaying a height. Obviously you can change different, you can display chainages, design heights, so we can just change whatever we need there. Now I'm going to show you how we can find out some information about certain points in the job. So click on the points menu and look at edit, and we can bring up a query box. Now what you can do now, have a look back on, you put the mouse on the screen and left click on a point you're interested in. Here we'll click on this point here, and that's point 10. It shows you the easting and the northing and the height. Now you can change these numbers if you want and hit OK. We'll change the height to 22, click OK and say yes. So you can see that the points changed to 22. Now we've also got a join function, so you can click on join, and you can also press J on the keyboard. Same with query, you can press question mark back there. Now there's point 1 or point 2. Normally just click on a point, left click on a second point, and that tells you that bearing 69 degrees and a distance of 42 meters. You can set an azimuth here, and it tells you the height difference. There's a difference in design height. There's no design heights here, so that's 0. And you can test for angles and arcs, distance from a line to a point and a string to a point, etc. So you can play with that. Click cancel when you do that. Now what you can do in CDS is have multiple windows. So click on Windows, New. We've actually got 2 copies of the job now. If you now click on Windows, Tile, horizontally, I think more a horizontal job. Now we could have the full job at the top, and in this one we could just zoom up this area. So that just shows you some, and you could set different modes for this window. So you could display the point numbers up there and the, say, codes down here if you wanted to. Okay, just hit the X button there. Just hit that to expand it. I'll just show you. You can also have more than one job open at the same time. So you click on File, Open. Let's find a job. DM will do. Click OK. If you want to zoom extents without going through the menu, you can left click into the window and click ZE for zoom extents. ZE for zoom extents, so you can have 2 jobs open at the same time. So just be aware that then you can copy and paste points from one to the other, and etc. And you might be designing something over here and having a look at what it used to look like over there. Alright, that finishes our first introductory video. I hope it helps, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.